Good morning, friends. It is Tuesday and it's a brilliantly beautiful morning. I'm up a little bit earlier than what I wanted to be. I was hoping I could fall back to sleep again because I woke up before 6, but it didn't happen. So I decided to get up and make breakfast and start on a couple of projects that I want to finish later on today. It's going to be a busy day. I have some errands to run. But I thought the first thing I would do is just make a really good breakfast. I've been kind of piecing here and there. I thought I'd show you what I was making, okay? If you have watched any of my recent videos, you know that I've been doing some canning, and last night I redid some beet relish that I had just been pickling in the refrigerator. I took it out and cooked it down for quite a while more, and it had only been a quart and I'd eaten a little bit of it already, so I just reprocessed it. And this time I actually water bathed it so it's shelf stable. And I got 3 cute fat little jars of really wonderful tasting beet relish. It's a little bit thicker, and that's what I was going for. Also earlier in the season I had canned some plum preserves, and I gave one away and we shared one, and I have one left. And also I just processed it in the water bath, and it's going to be shelf stable now too. So, for breakfast, I'm going to make some scrambled eggs, and no, I'm not going to eat 4 eggs this morning. I'll probably snack on half of this later on today, but these are all farm eggs. I'm going to be adding a little bit of frozen spinach, some parsley. I'll serve it along with some avocado and maybe some tomato. And here's a recipe that I want to be working on today. It's called tomato jalapeno jam. And it's a spicy tomato jam. I've got about a pound or 2 of these wonderful Roma tomatoes left. That's dirt there. That's not a spoiled thing. And I already canned about 13 jars of tomato sauce. So I wanted to try something different with this. And I've got the jalapenos. I don't know if they're in there. Yeah, they're down in there somewhere. And I don't have the ginger yet, and I don't have the, I need some garlic. But I'm going to chop these up and put sugar on them before I leave the house, so at least that step will be done, and I can kind of proceed when I get home. I've got my coffee going, and here's some onion for the scrambled eggs. So I've got to have some coffee though. Alright, I'll see you in a little bit, okay guys? Alrighty, what we've got here is 2 teaspoons of canola oil and a teaspoon of butter. Kind of foaming up nicely in this skillet. And the first thing I'm going to put in are some sweet onions. I don't really want real strong onions in the morning. I've got parsley here for just a little bit of vitamin C. And I've also got some frozen spinach. It's chopped frozen spinach. I like to mix that in with my scrambled eggs. And it comes in this bag. It's a 1-pound bag from Walmart. And if you ever need chopped frozen spinach, look for this. It is so much easier than dealing with that block of spinach, I'm telling you. And it lasts forever. I only use a little bit every now and then when I make my eggs. And just gives you a little bit of iron. Excuse me, I needed to get a utensil. And it thaws almost immediately. Adds a nice healthy touch. I've also diced up the tomato. May not use it all. Got my eggs beaten, 4 eggs with maybe about 3 tablespoons of 2% milk. If you want really, really fluffy scrambled eggs, add, instead of milk or cream, add 1 tablespoon of water per egg. Believe me, it's just, I don't know what the chemistry of it is, but the eggs come out much fluffier. And now I've got to have a swallow of my first cup of coffee in the morning. Oh, that's good. Alright. See? It didn't take any time for the spinach to come apart, and it was frozen solid. Alright, the eggs are almost ready to serve, and I just wanted to show you, I don't know where I got started doing that, but whenever I add tomatoes to my scrambled eggs, I always like a little tiny pinch of brown sugar, and I did sprinkle a little bit on. I don't think you can see it, probably melted already from the heat. And it's hardly a quarter of a teaspoon, but for some reason it just adds another little layer of flavor to the dish. So here we go. There's breakfast, scrambled eggs with spinach, onion, tomato, a little bit of milk, and a pinch of brown sugar. Got several slices of avocado that I'm sorry, I'm still waking up. Avocado. Little drizzle of Italian dressing because avocados need a little bit of acid. And don't hate me, but I like ketchup with my scrambled eggs. And a few homemade croutons just for something crunchy. Breakfast was really good. I enjoyed those eggs a lot. And I even wanted some more coffee, so I warmed up another cup. One of the things that I like to do most mornings is to have a little time of devotions. Just let the Lord know that I need Him for that day and see if there's anything particular that He would show me or speak to me. Some of you may know that I went through a really rough time earlier this year health-wise. Got to the point where I was mostly bedridden. But with God's help and some medicine, I've made a lot of improvement. You know, I'm not 25 years old, but I can get around and I can do my own things. Well, anyway, during that time, just trying to do anything was a big effort. But someone had given me this booklet, or book, called Jesus Calling. They're daily devotionals, and they have been such a help to me. There have been several times where I just felt like the Lord just had those pages written just for me. They were just so alive and on point. And hold on a second here. As I said, it's just been a wonderful little help. I made notes, and finally what I decided to do was, because my notes were running, into the margins here even, I went ahead and got myself an extra notebook. So it's time for me to do that, and then I'm going to be getting up and around and getting ready to go out. But if you're looking for something that's really spiritually satisfying, I would highly recommend this book. Alright, I'm back in the kitchen. This recipe that I'm using for the tomato jam, it calls for, even when I copied the recipe, I reduced the amount, but I think it called for like 2 jalapeno peppers, seeded and, with the white pith removed. But I am not that much into hot peppers. I don't have any experience hardly with fresh green peppers, so I don't think you can see it. But I've got onion, and down inside there I've got like maybe a tablespoon of diced jalapeno pepper, and then tomato. The recipe says to puree about half of this mixture, and then I'm also going to be adding in a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, a little bit over 1/2 and a little bit under 1/3 of white sugar, and then I will also be adding about 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar to this. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I think I will like the deeper, richer flavor of it when it all gets cooked. Alright, so I have to puree it. Okay guys, here we go. It's not quite noon, but it's time for me to get going. Run some errands. It's a gorgeous day. It's about in the upper 70s. Pretty low humidity. We're starting to see some changes to the leaves. I'm hoping maybe that the camera will pick it up. But here we go down the hill. Oh, it's so pretty. Really, really pretty. going to be a busy week. I have canning I want to finish today, at least that tomato jam. Tomorrow I have a business meeting at 10:30. On Thursday I have to get my car inspected at 10:30. I'm hoping it'll pass. I did a pre-inspection exam about a month ago and they didn't find anything. And sometime this week I'd like to have lunch with my special friend like we try to do every week or two. Can you see that tree over there? How pretty it is? This corner is just a little bit difficult to see, so I have to be really careful. Look at that. How beautiful. Woo! You know, there's something about the beauty of nature. As old as I am, it just never gets tired. I really like living where the seasons change, although winter can be just a bear around here with icy roads, and a lot of people get that sad, that seasonally affected depression or disorder. I like it, you know, when I can be warm and cozy inside and that it doesn't depress me. It's just the cold and the difficulty in getting around. That's the only issue. Okay, friends, I'm going to pause here for a little bit and catch up with you in a while, okay? Well, I just got done at Walmart. You know how it is. You go in for one or two things and you end up spending $5. All I needed was a little knob of fresh ginger and a garlic bulb, but I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it's perfectly all right. Oh, it is so beautiful today. How do you describe it? The air is just totally clean and pure. The sun is hot and bright. Low humidity. Very beautiful. Okay, so that was, let me see, that was my third chore done. I'm on my way to the pharmacy to pick up something. Don't you love that blue sky? It's getting that distinctive purplish haze to it that happens in the fall. I'm sure it has something to do with the relation of the sun and the angle of the earth and all of that. I just know it's beautiful to look at. Well, errands are done and it's time to go back home. I want to see if I can get that tree. Get a close-up of the top of it. There is a curb market in that little plaza right there on Tuesdays and Saturdays. I think it's from like 8 in the morning till like 1 in the afternoon. Looks like there are still a few people there. I see an umbrella or a little canopy.